All right. Digital identity class, and whoever may be watching this, just came back from the 24-hour disconnect. I gotta say, it's one of the harder things that I've done, at least for school, but in a long time, like mentally. Um, I gotta say, just the challenge itself was very difficult to actually be able to accomplish because, not having any internet for 24 hours did kind of, you know, make you stress out and planning beforehand because, lots of homework, especially around this time, and studying needs to be done. Um, but just being disconnected from everyone as well and all the news was difficult for me. So I chose pretty much at noon yesterday to go off. I had to plan this ahead of time, which shows the difficulty. I mean, I chose a day I had work at noon to 9 o'clock, so it wasn't too hard not to use anything then. Then when I came home, I had to, you know, my family was watching in the living room, so I just grabbed what I needed and went to my room, so not view anything. Um, then basically, instead of staying up like I would have at night, I would stay up, play video games, or do homework, or text with people, watch TV, watch a movie or something. But did none of that. Went to bed around probably like 11. Slept in till like 9. I haven't slept that long in a while, so I kind of, I don't know, emotionally, healed. Maybe not healed, but like it just gave me an opportunity, to catch up physically with the sleep that I needed, and kind of just gave me a break from all the stresses of technology. But I think the difficulty in having to choose a day like this just shows like how connected we are daily in our lives. Um, Definitely, I've noticed at work, anytime I went to the break room or it wasn't busy, like everybody was instantly on their phones or, you know, pulling up the news or whatever. Luckily, it was about 11:30 yesterday when the president race was called finally, and so at least I got to see that before I left for work. But other than that, I was totally disconnected from it. Wasn't be able to watch the speech last night. I'll probably watch some highlights, after this in a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna grab my phone. Yeah, my phone's just been on my charger. Haven't used it. There we go. It's turning on now. Yeah, it was definitely very, very difficult to do this. My girlfriend, got to keep them happy. Not talking to her today, kind of sucks. First thing I'll probably do is text her when this turns on. But we scheduled ahead of time, which it's not cheating, but it's definitely chose the most available day for us because it would be hard not to got to keep the girl happy. um, but I don't know. At work, and at night, I kind of feel left out. And so I would always use my phone during the break times, to text people or, look at the news, and wasn't able to do any of that. So it was kind of a little bit stressful, not having any of that. But at the same time, it was physically, I feel better. Like my eyes aren't as stressed, I was able to get good rest. I still, I'm tired still. Never get enough sleep anyways, but it was very difficult. I couldn't watch any football or anything yesterday. Luckily, I planned that good, so I can watch some NFL after this. Let's see what else. What's weird is I've actually done something similar to this. in my sophomore year of high school, we had to, I'm not sure if it was extra credit or if it was an actual assignment, I don't remember that, but give our phones to our teacher for the day for, I think it was English. And, beginning of the class period, we gave them to her one day, and then the next day when we came in, got them back. So, same kind of deal, but it was only just with phones and not, everything. I could go home and watch TV or whatever. So, that was kind of hard at the time, but I wasn't, school wasn't as stressful, and, it wasn't as much going on around the time, so it wasn't as bad to do that as it was to do this. Just throughout the day, I'd be constantly worrying. I didn't bring my phone to work, so really didn't have any opportunity to use anything. But when had those moments where usually I would take a look at something or do, I reached for it probably a couple of times, and it was kind of sad to think about. It's not like I got sad over it, but I was just like, oh yeah. But definitely this whole experience, it makes you think how often we actually do use our technology, which is kind of scary. When I wake up, usually, check your phone for a few minutes, go make some breakfast, turn on the TV, do something else, then do homework or research or whatever you need to do, the news. I would say at least once an hour some form of technology is used probably for most people. I think choosing the day I did just represents how reliant I am. And I don't feel bad over it. It's probably the only day of free time where I could have not done homework that I had during this, before this assignment was due. But makes me think about, if I could ever, actually thrive if I, the internet didn't exist anymore, suddenly just disappeared or broke or I don't know, whatever could happen to it. But I think myself, it probably wasn't as hard as me for some other people, because I don't communicate with that many people. I would say at most maybe 10, but I on a daily average probably 2 or 3. And I got most of my homework done, which was probably the hardest part of this whole thing, was doing all the homework beforehand, the days before, so I could just have a day off. So that kind of sucked. I was already drained from doing all of that and then working the whole day. But I really care about my privacy when it comes to online things. So, when I use my phone, I don't use social media. I use Twitter for this class, and then I use one other form because that's the only thing that would work during our school and high school for texting wise. So, other than that, I don't follow or stalk people or, do the crazy things that people do on social media. Same thing when it comes to when I play Xbox. I need to turn that back on too. It's I only play with a few people, never play with strangers, have my privacy settings the way I want them. And, I think privacy is definitely very important. Let's see. I'm doing most of this video-wise because it's easier for me to say what I'm feeling than it is to type. I don't know, I've just always been a person, introverted, and, talking to a computer screen's not that bad. It's kind of reassuring for me. How I felt during, I would say when I came home, I kind of felt very, concerned. I haven't talked to my girlfriend in forever. I need to text her, actually. It just shows, how reliant we are on technology. But I don't think I have a lot of messages. I don't care about really any of them. I'm just gonna talk to her. I think she's actually busy right now anyway, so. But the feeling wise, I felt a little empty. Like, definitely the internet's a part of us. Um, at work, I wanted to see some of the news about the presidency soon because I supported the winning side and I was very excited about it. Wish maybe I could have talked to people about it and stuff. I mean, I'm sure I will today. It's still a very long process. MT, yeah, I mean, it did kind of suck, just using because the way I work, I mean, it's grind, for a couple hours and then some, not as busy times where usually you can use our phones and stuff and their break times. So it was different. I mean, it wasn't like ruined my whole day not having anything, but I definitely like felt like it was missing something. When I got home, talking to my girlfriend before bed every day, definitely helps me like mentally and not having that, kind of worried. Was a little hard to go to sleep. But I mean, mentally it was hard. Physically, it wasn't as hard because, I wasn't staring at electronics for, an hour or two before sleep. So that was definitely a good thing. I would say avoiding using stuff was kind of hard. I mean, at work, we do use computers, but it's software that's like one specifically just for customer interaction. It's not like there's any search engines or internet or anything. And then there's another one that does have a search engine, but obviously I didn't use that. I mean, never even really get a chance to anyways, but it was hard. Waking up this morning, like I said, I woke up around 9. It was hard. I had to find stuff to do in the meantime. All of my homework's online, so it was kind of difficult. It's not like even if I printed anything out ahead of time, I could have got anything done. So I did some exercises when I woke up, ate some food, did some of my puzzles and like Rubik's cubes helps mentally. I think I do a good job of taking care of my mental health. Definitely, I'm not as reliant probably as most people. Like I said, it's kind of easier for me just to focus in. I felt like, definitely during exercises, I could focus more, instead of, constantly going to check my phone after every, couple sets or whatever. I think it definitely gave me more opportunity to observe, especially when I was out at work. All the customers and employees always using their stuff. It was definitely a wake-up call that, sometimes you just get sucked into it with the rest of society. And, sometimes we don't even subconsciously, we use these things and, like probably way more than we should. And I think it's definitely a good reminder, like this whole project or assignment, that it is good to get away sometimes. And I definitely think I will take more days where I just leave everything behind, go out maybe. Definitely it sounds very nice. I want to do that in the future, maybe after semester ends when I can. But I think overall it was good. It was definitely very educational. Made me think and realize more on the inside. I think that more people should probably try this just to give them a wake-up call. I don't think everybody can do this. I don't think we can. But, I'm happy I did it. It is kind of relieving having it now, but physically I feel great right now. Like, it was a good experience. I'm gonna go tweet my stuff now about this and submit this, and hope whoever's reading this or watching this, if you did this too, I had a good experience. I hope everybody else did, and wish everyone a good day.